Big. Welcome to Memento Vivere with Memento Vivere with Manny Rico. In a world where we're bound to die, I think it's important to remember to live, because that's what Memento Vivere means. I remember like, Memento Mori, like with my 10th grade English teacher being like, we're all gonna die. Yeah, girl, but we're also all going to live. Like, remember to live. I think. I'm sorry. I've been like hella living. I've been, dancing under the moon, feeling, being happy, trying to, stay like a little bit focused. Focus on me. Focus on me. Woo! Larve, that song. But anyways, I think, okay, it's not necessarily like, oh wow, this is her prime, like this is so mwah. It's mostly like I personally don't love to run on nostalgia. I feel like it's beautiful to be present and but when there's certain things that just take you back, they just take you back. And I remember being like a gay middle schooler listening to Focus by Ariana, like it's purple, like she has a Samsung deal. Everybody has a Samsung deal. Sabrina had one, Cat's Eye had one, Arianki had one, like hello, like mwah. Also, new book alert. New book. This book is titled Agua Viva by Clarice Lispector. It is her direct confessional and unfiltered meditations on everything from life and time to perfume and sleep are strange and hypnotic in their emotional power and have been a huge influence on many artists and writers, including one Brazilian musician who read it 111 times. 111. 111. Angel numbers are everywhere. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm the bitch that looks like, I will see through 3 on the microwave and I will feel enlightened, I will feel inspired, and that's because we're love. If we look at a flower, if we look at a bunny, if we look at a tree and just see love and just see beauty and wow, like that's so beautiful, or like wow, like if you're looking for the signs, if you're looking for a purple car, you're gonna find the purple car. So I think it's very important to create meaning and we give things meaning. I'm sorry, but things matter once I make it matter. I don't give a fuck if someone is like, sorry, I don't care if someone's like, why aren't you making a big deal out of something? I'm not going to make a big deal because it's a big deal. Like, there are different levels of big deals. And like, my big deal is like, I feel like the worst that it could be is like, I got in a car crash. Like, sorry, that's not funny, but like, there are just things out of my control where I'm just like, this is out of my control, dog. Like, things are just out of our control. And so when we take back our control, because that is what, like, I'm sorry, but that's what we should be doing, like, in a world of the government trying to control us and religion trying to control us. We have to take back our control and our joy and like our spark of love and life, because if we don't, they're gonna take it from us. And it's just not okay. Like, it's just not, like, we should never allow people to take our sparkle and our joy. Jewel sparkles. Okay, I watched, I went to a live, we went to a live, drag show on Friday. Well, it was to watch it was to watch Drag Race, but the host was an amazing Jessica performer. And okay, honestly, I think I've like narrowed, like what is going on to me in this season. I'm not like very excited about, like, honestly, anyone can win and I'll be so happy. Except like Sam Star. Like, no shade. I feel like it should have been Susie over Sam, just because I feel like we've kind of seen Sam's, like, we've seen it before. I've seen this story before and I don't like the ending. Like, and I feel like Susie too, like, I'm sorry, as much as she got on bitch's nerves, on your nerve, I think her art is worth protecting. Like, I think her art is something, a little bit different, a little bit, a little bit flapper. Like, I think it's kind of beautiful. Like, her last red one, mwah, I think it's I'm not one to shy away from like people who are confident and people who, they know what's up. I think you should be very confident in like going out in the world and being like, you know what, like I know how to do this. I can control my reality. I control what I believe in. I give meaning to things that, require a meaning. I'm not going to give something meaning that doesn't need meaning. Like, I preserve my energy. Like, I'm not going to waste my energy on something that's meaningless. That's bizarre. That's preposterous. Like, that's just, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's just an absurd situation of like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to believe in myself 100%. I'm not going to acknowledge like what I can bring to the table. You're already setting up yourself. Like, why are we gagged that like Susie was so confident when like should you not go into a competition thinking you're gonna win? Like, maybe she wasn't your winner and she was never my winner, but like we have to, give her a round of applause. Susie too, you are amazing, you are beautiful. I will pray for you. I'm in a very praying mood because my parents made me go to Jesus's funeral last night. Anything to be in the will. Anything to get back on that well. So I was just like, okay, like that's fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm really gonna say. So I was just like, all right. But I had to drive with my dad and love my dad. I think. Okay, something that I've realized as a gay person, like turning 22 changed me. Well, speaking of 22, 23 and me, all you bitches that did 23 and me, I am sorry, but like, they have your, like that's, like you have to really get into it because I'm not gonna enlighten you. Like I'm not gonna, okay, actually I will enlighten you. So basically 23 and me, they like sold, okay, I'm gonna partly enlighten you because I don't know the whole details, but they basically sold, like they're selling all the information because they're going bankrupt. Everything's going bankrupt. We're in a recession, like bitches are believing in Jesus again, okay? Like bitches are going back to church. They're going back to a structure because that's what happens when you're like in a recession. You want to go back to a structured, organized thing, and what's more structured and organized than a cult? Religion. Anyways, so I was just like, oh, yeah, like I'll go. Well, no, not I'll go. Like my parents forced me to go, but I was just like, whatever. Like I think I've realized that, like when you're 20, when you're like getting older, you really have the like free will and like the control of like giving things meaning. So I walked into this with a fresh set of eyes because I used to come into Jesus' funeral like, very much like I hate this place, like all these people don't like me, like I don't know what's going on. No, this time I went in like, well, I do know what's going on, but I was just very much like, a little bit like, it's traumatic going back to religion when you're like gay and told that like God, you're a sin and God didn't make you this way or whatever the fuck. Like, okay, but and like, their whole beliefs on like trans people and they're also like Zionists. Like, anyways, that's that. We're not getting into that. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to, make like I can't suffer. I'm going to choose suffering by being there. So I might as well, like they took me to hell, but in all reality, this is heaven to them. But like, girl, this is hell. So I was just like, all right. So I go in there and, it's like, okay, like it's like fake hugs, fake, oh, I miss you. Like, girl, you're homophobic. Like, be for real. So I was just like, whatever. And I like sit there and they're talking about how this has been going on for 1,190 something years. The same, and my sister comes to me and she goes, they've been saying the same thing for 1,000 and something years. Wake up. Like, wake up. It just sounds, I'm sorry, but it sounds ridiculous. Like being like, Jesus is coming, the world is ending, there's 114 million people that are going to eat. So basically there's like a symbolism with like the bread and the wine is the blood, the bread is his body, and like you pass it around, like the tradition, whatever. And a person is supposed to take a bite of this if they're going to heaven, which, girl, like, what is going on? So they're just like, yeah, like none of you are going to eat out of this, but some people do. Okay, so we're just creating separation in between God and like the people. Like this is not what religion is to me. I feel like what God and like love is like we're all loved by God. We should all share. You know, Jesus was just an activist at the end of the day. Like I'm sorry to break this to you, but Jesus was solely an activist. He did not come back to life. He did not perform miracles. He was just an activist. Buddha, Gandhi, Jesus, Greta Thunberg, Martin Luther King Jr., these are all just activists, okay? Like, wake the fuck up. Organized religion is a cult. They're control people. How are you gonna say that gay people and trans people are a sin? How do you know? Humans who translated the fucking Bible and saying that these people, the queer people, are sins and they're not made, you know, by God, or they're not loved by God completely, or, you know, we're supposed to love you but you're not supposed to act upon gay stuff. How do you know, like, how do you know this? Like, how do you know that 114 million people are going to eat this bread and go to heaven? And then he's like, don't you want to live forever? Like, you're still gonna live. I don't want to live forever. Not under your control. Not, like, you can be gay but you can't act gay. So you can be happy but not too happy. Okay. Let me just get the gun. At this point, like, that's fucking crazy to me. So I was just, you know, like, sitting there listening, and I was just like, okay, I don't have to pay attention. Like, I'm not paying attention. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't give a fuck. So I was just like, okay, I'm there with my family. Like, I'm a family person. Like, I love my nephews, my nieces, my sisters, my brothers. Love. Like, I'm sorry, but I think it comes to a point where I am able to, like, you know, it is very important to put certain things aside and, like, your, not feelings, but, like, you know, they're not outwardly vocally homophobic to me. So in my head, they live for me. They live for me. Like, they live for me. They live for the gay son. So I'm just like, okay, like, I'm the gay son, and, like, that's just what I do. Obviously, if you know, if people are being very homophobic towards me, towards their own brother, I think that's kind of fucking crazy. But also, I get it. Like, I totally get it. Like, who wouldn't? Like, who wouldn't? Like, you know? Like, look at me. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I love you. I love you. You love me. We are a happy family. I love Barney. Like, I love Barney. Anyways, so I was just like, okay, like, I'm there, I'm here. Let's get to it. And it just really baffled me how much control and how much, like, man-made thoughts go into, like, organized religion when you, like, step outside of, like, why this is traumatic for you, and you just listen, or you just, like, witness and listen to, like, what is actually being said, and you're just like, okay, one, are people in this cult, like, so fucking naive that they actually believe this? Or two, does none of this affect them? And is this the same way as, like, you know, people who don't keep up with, like, politics, or people who, like, you know, sometimes, like, the boycott people, I'm the boycott bitch. I'm like, during the boycott, like, I'm sorry, I will be, but I'm not one to, like, police another person, because I am not in control of you. I am barely in control of myself, and sometimes that goes out the window, and I lose control. Self-Control by Frank Ocean. Mwah. But I'm just like, I'm not going to be your mommy. I'm not going to police you. Google is free. Pick it. Go into the library is free. Like, I do understand that sometimes people don't know what's going on, and you do, you know, it's nothing harmful to be like, hey, like, this is what's going on. Boom. But, and a very big but, when you actively choose to be ignorant, I'm just like, I'm gonna leave you be. I'm going, take my hand, and we're gonna take a stroll. I'm going to let you live in your ignorance and in your bliss, because you clearly don't give a fuck about me. You clearly don't give a fuck about minorities. You clearly are only stuck in your own world. And it takes so much energy for me to pull you out of this, like, bubble and show you, like, no, like, this is what's going on. You're under, like, a fucking, you know, control. Like, you have been brainwashed into thinking all of these things. But why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? And it's just like, yes, I do. I think it's important to like educate other humans because I do think that is important. And like, you know, it's very like, you know, helpful and like empathetic, and you know, we should care about other humans, and you know, like trying to get the word out there is very important. But I think we need to choose and pick. Like, we need to choose and pick. I feel like if someone is interested, they're going to ask about like what's going on, or they're going to Google themselves. I feel like, you know, when people see that things are harming you, they're if it's not harming them, they're not going to give a fuck. Like, it's just sad, and I think we can't waste our time and our energy on people like that, because if they've been in a religion for over 20 years that is a cult and that is actively supporting, you know, just hate crimes and hella lawsuits and just, you know, not believing that you're a real human being, I'll let you be. I'll let you be. Because you have been saying the same shit for 1,100 something years. I'm letting you go. I'm letting you be. Like, I think it's very important to understand when to surrender and when to let things be, because if we don't, we're just going to drain ourselves and we're going to feel yucky. Like having to explain people like basic decency and you know, respecting pronouns. Bitch, do you not know any fucking like, do you not know how to respect pronouns? Do you not know how to not dead name bitches? Do you not know how to think before you speak? Like, do you not know how to open a door? Like, we have to be kinder to humans, because the world, the fucking people up in office, they're not kind to us. So therefore, we have to be kind to our communities and people around us, because the people in office don't give a fuck about our kindness. Or some people do, but the big ones don't. So it's very important. Yes, we have to, you know, live a little, laugh a little, you know, but like, we really have to, you know, we really have to like pay attention and be on it, and like support local drag. Text your trans friends how they're doing. Be like, hey, do you need any money for an extra, you know, an extra T-shot, an extra T-blocker? Like, do you need anything from me? Like, I will walk with you to the bathroom. I will walk you to your car. Like, so like, protect your trans friends. Protect them. Like, I don't know, like it's just so like, I'm sometimes I've realized that I am a little bit sensitive. I'm just a little bit sensitive. I am a little bit sensitive. I'm a little bit sensitive boy. And I think it comes with turning 22 just changed me. Like, turning 22 really changed me. I think it was a little bit more maturing, a little bit more, you know, opening the third eye, reading a couple books, had to go take a weed. But what was I saying? Oh, turning 22 really did kind of it kind of did change me just a lot of it. Like, it made me believe in monogamy. It allowed me to be more sensitive. It allowed me to be more sensitive. And like, at first I used to be like, no, like, I don't have many emotions. Like, I'm an Aquarius, I'm a Scorpio moon. Like, no girl, you are you really are the emotions. I am very happy of my detachment, because I think it's allowed me to like feel my emotions, but also understand when I need to like step aside and like step outside of my mind and be like, in 200 years, none of this is going to matter. So take what you will, be present as you can, and just respond like just breathe in and breathe out. This week I've been a little bit overwhelmed, mainly because of my some habits, and I've just sometimes your energy just feels so drained. But when you really just like, I haven't been meditating, or at least like guided meditations, but I think like, there's breathing in meditations, there's things like that in meditations. So being able to like concentrate and step outside of your mind. Like reading The Power of Now and The Alchemist and what other book did I read? Oh, A New Earth by Eckhart. It's just, it really allowed me to like understand that my mind is not me and I am not my emotions, and I am able to like step outside and be the observer and realize that I am just the universe in human form, realize that we are nature. It's allowed me to understand that these emotions, I can control what I pay attention to and how I, how I express them and how I use them. I think it's being sensitive or like being very emotional and being very Cancer. I just love, like Pisces love, like to a point, because sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to hear it, like save it, I don't want to hear it, journal about it, talk to your mom. Mwah. So I'm both people. I am both people. I am both people. Like I am very sensitive. I will cry at the club. I will, I will be with someone that I really like and be like, do you like me? Like I will be with my boyfriend and be like, in my head, because I love reassurance. I love reassurance, but I think that sometimes, well, not sometimes, but most of the time, we rely on the reassurance of our partner and of our lover, that we forget to give that reassurance to ourselves and like solidify that reassurance for ourselves. Because if we depend on our partner or our lover to be constantly giving us reassurance, I'm sorry, but one, not everyone's forever. Two, that's not their job. And three, well, kind of yes. Yes or no? Say that shit with your chest. Yes, and. I just feel like, yes, they should, they should give you some reassurance, but, girl. Like, look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. One. You're going to look in the mirror, you are beautiful, you are enough, you are everything, you are the stars, you are the planet, you are the trees, you are the bugs, that is us, okay? That's us. We are beautiful, we are amazing. We create, we control, we are, we pay attention, we realize we are in charge of what we pay attention to in our head. And so that's one. Two, I feel like one of the biggest things that has brought me to like, reassure myself and like feel confident in myself, or like whenever I'm having really insecure, doubtful thoughts about myself, I always just like, one, realize that I'm a bad bitch. Just be like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. Change your thoughts so fast. I literally tell my brain, stop thinking that. Think something else. I get in the moment. I start breathing. Being present and like inhaling, exhaling, and like allowing your presence, just being there and not overthinking, because I'm an overthinker. Like some bitches don't think enough, I think too much. Sometimes I don't think enough and other bitches think too much. It's always, a balance. We need a balance. And whenever I'm thinking too much, I'm just like, okay, stop thinking that way. Pay attention to other things. Get a sensory, get open Pinterest. Do something to distract yourself. Music is frequency. I would not suggest to listen to Lana Del Rey or like, fucking your sad playlist. I sometimes will do that because I hate myself because I want to feel things very hardly. Ultimately, it doesn't really fix anything. And I've noticed that writing and like, directing that energy into something bigger or into something different that's not like a person or like your thoughts or your body or your sensitivity or like your head or your outside shit. If you're like, if I don't know, doing something nice, like going, helping someone, or like calling your friend, texting your friend. Sometimes I will get so into this like void where I'm just like, my head is just elsewhere, like it just takes over me. It's supernatural. This loves, need your hands up on my body like the moon needs the stars. Love that song, love Ariana. But I've realized that I have to direct that energy elsewhere because we cannot torment ourselves with this. Like, it's just not a nice feeling when you're so overwhelmed with emotion because of a certain person or like of a certain thing or like of just in your head. We have to go touch grass, we have to touch a dog, we have to go to an animal shelter, we have to get a canvas, we have to open a book, we have to write out our feelings, go on Pinterest, look up some journal, prompts, get a tarot deck. Our sensitivity can be used for the better, and it's not a detriment. I don't think it's something bad. I don't think it's a negative thing. I don't think anyone has ever explained sensitivity as a negative thing, but I used to think that I didn't want to be overly sensitive because, one, I sometimes feel like I can push people away with, being too, like, needy. But yeah, I can promise you how I'll react. Yeah, because I love it's honest to you. Lately, I've been on a roller coaster. Yeah, I don't my emotions. Yeah, like sometimes you really need to just dance under the moon, smoke a little indica, read a book. Like, put your hands up. Like, we have to do this for ourselves because in our early 20s or whatever age we're fucking at, another human being cannot be our main source of happiness and our main source of reassurance and our main source of feeling good and feeling confident and creativity. Like, they should inspire, they should make you feel better, they should, make you feel loved, and you should do the same. But we should always, like, it's something that we're learning. Like, I think it's very beautiful, and I think it's something that I'm very, 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 very excited and happy to explore about myself. Because, one, I'm allowing myself to feel these things, and I'm allowing myself to, like, listen to podcasts and read a lot of poetry and books of artists who are so sensitive and who express their emotions so beautifully. It allows me to understand how to explain my own emotions and my own, what I'm feeling, because it can be so beautiful if we understand how, one, the moon works as well. Like, the moon, how the moon is and how the planets are phased it does really impact our energy and how sensitive and how much love we kind of need at the moment. I don't know, like, it's just being sensitive. I think it's so beautiful. It's just, I think that it gets a bad rep because people are so busy and so, like, some people are just not used to dealing with a lot of emotions, so they'll just block it out and or they'll block it out or not hear from other people when they're sensitive and just, think like, oh, they're sensitive. That breaks my heart because I have nephews who are sensitive and their parents are just assholes, and, well, their dad is just an asshole, and my nephews are sensitive, and it just, like, it just breaks me because I'm just like, no, give him a hug. Like, give him, who the fuck cares if they're both, like, that's where it stems from, the gender spectrum, man-made gender, thinking that boys shouldn't, be treated as, no, this, no, no. Like, treat boys and girls with the same amount of love and sensitivity and protection and courage, and just, like, what the fuck is going, like, I'm sorry, but, like, it just pisses me off, like, treat, like, no, but yeah, it's very important to dance under the moon, giggle, like, think, whenever you're feeling very sensitive, just be like, in 200 years, none of this will matter, absolutely none of this will matter. Have I picked up my room? Have I texted my mom? Have I, done something creative? Have I done a hobby? Have I worked out? Have I, painted? Have I cleaned the carpet? Have I fed the dogs? Have I pet a bunny? There's more to life. There's a lot of more to life. There's a lot of more to life. There's a lot of more to live. And I'm just very excited. There's also not a lot to live, so, like, sometimes we really have to get out of it, or we will be like, wow, like, I shouldn't have wasted that beautiful Sunday being sad, Or, like, we can be sad, but maybe I'll get on the train and go to the art museum, because I'll do that. I like to sit in my sadness, but I'll rather sit on my sadness at the park or on the train or in an Uber or, like, whatever it is, like, in my car. Like, sit with our emotions, breathe them out. Like, this morning, I didn't want to get up and work out, but I kind of just breathed it out, and, like, I was like, no, like, I'll just do it, and, like, I didn't pay attention to my mind, like sometimes don't pay attention. Like we have to decide when to pay attention to our mind because we are the observer. So we create consciousness, we create our reality. So like get fucked. Like, mwah. I love you. You're amazing. Bye.